Welcome to the Chaotic Tea Party, where your host Chell
and Annette tackle questions or topics that vary from the insane
to the mundane. Please be advised that this podcast has an explicit rating.
It will contain adult language and content that some listeners may find offensive.
With that in mind, if you still think this is your cup of tea,
welcome to our Chaotic Tea Party,
where nothing makes sense, but the tea is strong
and the biscuits are plentiful.
Season 3. And we are continuing. Hello, everyone. We are continuing with the season of the Emma. Annette, how's your theme tune going?
Well, we're working on I can't. Oh no, I'm stuck now. Season of the Emma. I can't. No, I've lost it. I've got to come back with another one. I'm running out. Oh,
so it seemed like a good idea at the time.
It was started off so strong, but now it's fading. But I'm sticking with the all Emma all season. Bow, 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 bow.
Well, that seems to work, and it's consistent. So Emma's next question for us would be: would you rather be able to copy and paste or undo in real life?
Oh Lord. Well, what I will say is actually, when I was flat sharing in Newcastle, it was quite a common thing actually that we would say to each other.
Was it?
Yeah, that like one of these words in particular, because we would refer to things that have happened to us at like work or during day or past experience, and it was like in your head you say undo, 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 yeah. Undo, press the button, undo, undo. And so yeah, that was like a kind of a common joke we had in the flat. But I honestly think, I think I'm going to have to go for undo, because there are so many times that this mouth of mine has got me in trouble.
Yeah.
Or especially, loose lip sync ships and all that business. Couple of drinks, and you think you can start being honest with people, or you ask questions that you should really only ask yourself in your head. And the times when you wake up in the morning, it's like, oh, undo. Please tell me I didn't do or say that. Oh, yeah, definitely the undo for me.
I'm torn. So yes, there are. Don't get me wrong. I have a handful of regrets, if not 2 handfuls of regrets.
Only 2 handfuls?
Maybe some wicker baskets of regrets. It's going to be a wheelbarrow, possibly, with a sprinkle of despair over the top.
I mean, what do you do at night if you have so few? Because surely you just lie there. Are you not like me? As soon as those lights go out, if you're not asleep, you just lie there all night thinking about everything you did wrong.
Yeah, pretty much, innit?
Yeah.
And there are things that I would like to not have done, and choices I would like not to have made. However,
yeah,
I do think that some of those bad choices, they were bad. They kind of made me who I am today. So know, I think it depends. If it didn't apply to everything, I would go with undo. But I suppose in the moment, how would you pick what was appropriate to undo? So, for example, when you're 20 something and you're going out with a total bastard
or bitch,
all
round swine.
It's a swine. And you when you're in that moment, and you're young and you're not overly experienced in life, although you think you are, what you think of that 20 years later, you think, oh my fucking God, that was a total fuck up from beginning to end. There were red flags in week 1. Why did you wait a few years? The red flags were there in week 1, month 1.
Yeah.
You should have been, relationships should have a probationary period like you do with a job.
Yeah.
Should be a 6-month review.
Oh God, it's all coming back to me. Yeah.
But those things now made me very strong and very fierce in my parameters of acceptability. So now I'm very comfortable in turning around going, no, that's not something I want to do. I'm not going down that path. sorry that you're not happy about that, but you can go and do it,
Yeah.
but I'm choosing not to.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're 20 and you've got someone going, please, I don't want to go alone, come with me, and you think, oh, okay. Now I'm just like, no. And I will say that it has made me go very, very much the other way. Like, so now you get you meeting people and stuff, and they're, where are you going? My immediate default response now is out. Do you know, who are you going with? People. When will you be back? When I'm bored.
I wish so much nuance is lost with people not being able to see the look on your face as you're saying these. It's fucking hysterical.
And that made me now where I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not cold and I'm not horrible, and I do have, although I'm cold sometimes, I do have flexibility, and give and stuff like that. But I'm aware of those red flags now, and those questions, there is a tone of asking those questions. So if, for example, if someone says to me, oh, you off at the weekend, where you going? I'll go, oh, I've got a gig, I'm going out with the girls, it's going to be great fun. But then the other tone of that is, well, where are you going? And that's when you get the out.
Yeah.
Do you
Oh,
know?
fucking hell. You scared me then.
But that confidence and that strength in myself to be able to say it are a result of experiences that you have when you're younger.
Yeah.
And if I'd have undone those, does that mean that I would still be vulnerable now to not being able to say yes or no?
Well, what I will say, because I remember some of the relationships that you were referring to,
Yeah.
and yeah, the thing is with you, when you were in, you were all in.
Yeah.
Like they had you wrapped around their
Yeah,
little
little finger.
finger
Yeah. Yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
Uh, but whereas you've grown from that, I can see that you have. It'd be a shame to lose that depth of love completely, and
Mm.
look, and that could happen to a lot of people. But I don't think you have. I think you can see that depth now for your nieces and nephew.
Oh yeah, my little, if I love, I am all, there's no half measures.
No, 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 no. She's like all in.
Yeah. But not at the cost of myself, which I think is something that a lot of people, not just me,
Yeah,
a lot of people do when they're younger. You can lose yourself in that, and so for me, a relationship should be a partnership.
yeah.
Where you are two different people, but you're doing something together,
No, I'm thinking of one very
not
short term.
becoming a clone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I had one very short term relationship that was very intense very quickly, and there was a complete imbalance of
yeah,
power in that relationship.
yeah,
He could dictate when we met,
yeah,
where we met, and I was like an open book. I never, the whole time we were going out, I never even saw where he lived, you know,
yeah, yeah.
and it was very much that, like, he didn't have a phone. We only
Mm,
communicated on online chat.
yeah.
So, but obviously at that point, didn't have computers and stuff. So I'd have to go to the library,
Mm,
and I could honestly tell you he was not far away. He obviously was somewhere where he could see me.
yeah.
But so we'd be having these
Red flag.
yeah, so we're having these conversations online, and then suddenly he's able to pop up in the library behind me. You know.
Yeah, and now as an older woman,
Yeah.
if you had a 20 something in your life,
Yeah.
that you can, I don't know, niece, nephew, cousin, whatever, and they were telling you this stuff straight away based on your experiences,
Yeah.
you're going, babe, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
This is not how it should be. But you don't know that
No.
until you'd lived it. You'd never do that again, would you?
No. But then in your head, ain't nobody telling me then that
No,
they're not the
this
one.
is it. And if you hadn't have had that experience, no one would have been able to tell you 10 years later.
No, it's true. It's true. I mean,
You had to do
yeah,
it and learn it, and
yeah,
fortunately come out relatively unscathed.
yeah. No, yeah, it was very short, very intense. I will say though, even though I came out good the other side and I met Andy and all that, I've always liked to have in the back of my head,
Mm.
where could I go and how could a get out clause in my
An
head,
exit plan.
an exit plan definitely
Yeah.
every time. Even though I
And do you
know,
know that's more common than you think? A lot of people that I know, a lot of women that I know, not men,
yeah,
a lot of women that I know, especially with kids,
hmm
have an exit route, and they're happy. Don't get me wrong. This is not
no,
where they're in anything that's bad, or they're trying to escape.
no,
They're happy
yep,
and they're living their best life, but they've got an idea at the back of their head of an exit route.
yeah. I need to know that I can get out of it relatively unscathed and have somewhere safe to go,
Yeah,
and even when it comes down to caring about, like when we got the dog,
yeah,
we'd had a dog the week before. It was a bad experience. It wasn't the dog's fault, it was the previous owners was an issue.
yeah,
The dog went back, and all of us had gone in too hard too quick with this dog and how we felt about it.
yeah.
And then when we got Sweep, it was too much. I couldn't handle it. I had a bit of a breakdown, to be honest, because it was a lot of pressure. It was a very
Mm,
intense thing. I did try to distance myself emotionally
yeah,
from the dog. I mean, obviously he's won me over because he's adorable. He's my baby.
yeah. It's your fur baby.
But I have to know in my head, it's like I prepare myself for when he's gonna eventually pass away. I role play it in my head so I'm prepared
Yeah,
to keep myself safe and sane.
yeah.
If I'm making any sense.
It does. Yeah. Yeah, you've got a contingency plan and you're making preparation. And that's because of your experiences in life, but no one could have told you those things.
No.
Now, if you'd have undone that, so when you came out of that very intense 1 week relationship, as an example,
hmm
your immediate impulse would have been to push your undo button if you could.
Yes, definitely.
And if you'd have pushed that undo button, you wouldn't know what you know now,
That's true.
and you wouldn't be the person that you were now, and you would still have the potential within you to have that experience again.
I feel like I'm in
Don't get me wrong.
therapy.
Don't get me wrong. There is mega traumas in life, and there would be occasions and things in life where you would push that undo button.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not, I'm not saying that you should suffer and bear all there. If we had an undo button, that would be absolutely amazing for so many people who have that next level of life-changing trauma.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is I wouldn't want to use the undo on everything. It would have
No.
to be that next level of trauma. Those bad breakups and relationships are the
Yeah.
things that make us who we are now. And we're strong and feisty women, Annette,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
but we weren't when we were 20.
No. Fucking doormats.
But you live and learn, don't you? And all of a sudden you come out the other side and you think, hang on a minute. And then you recognise behaviour patterns, and it gives you an insight into people.
Yeah. No, I think I would still like to preserve keeping the undo, but just for those things where I've said something stupid.
Something stupid, yes, okay.
Yeah, when I've said something really like ooh, I don't really think like that. It just came out really wrong. Undo, 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 undo.
In that case, I'm with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on
So
that respect.
yeah, if it's not an impulse thing, then yes, if it's just a general fuck up where you just, I don't know, you wore white to a wedding. Who does that? Then yeah, yeah, so yes, you're for social faux pas and things like that. Then yeah, I'm with you. I'd
Yeah,
say undo.
I was not expecting to go so deep on this one, to be honest. It was just for those little light moments, and you've got me actually really considering one of the first relationships I ever had. And I never even thought about it that way. Oh God.
It couldn't have been worse than mine.
No, it's true. No.
But it made us who we are. It
It's
made
true.
us strong, feisty. We were more alert and more aware of things that people were saying, and the potential for manipulations. People say things to us now, and you're like, uh-huh. Oh,
Yeah.
I know what you're doing. You're just trying to play a game. Even just in general life, you're like, no, I know what you're doing. I'm going to
Uh,
flip that round on you. Hasn't that fucked your head?
well, it's like seeing parents that won't even let their kids watch Disney movies because it's too upsetting and it deals with issues of like death and things like that. Oh, they're not allowed to watch The Lion King. His father dies. He's not watching that. It's like, come on.
Yeah, I think that bubble of protection.
It, I mean, yes, obviously I'm a mother. I'm protective of my son, but I'm not gonna.
Rightly so. There are real bad shit out there that you want to save your kid from.
Exactly.
But the inevitable things like, the death in Bambi, the death in The Lion King,
Mm-hmm.
that is, you are going to lose people at some point in your life, and that's sad and it's tragic, but it's not inevitable.
No, but then those things help kids from an early age process that really complex.
That massive sphere of grief.
Yeah, I mean, I read somewhere that children don't really fully become aware of death or understanding of have an understanding until they're about 7 or 8.
Yeah,
So to have those things in place, like watching movies or even having a pet that has a shorter lifespan,
yeah,
it all helps in the preparation and the dealing when it actually comes to a loved one.
yeah.
So, you know,
And it is the innocence of youth. So, for example, my little man,
yeah.
I went to drop flowers off at my dad's grave, just
Mm.
plonk 'em in. He was with me. Wasn't a big thing. Wasn't a big. I was just literally changing over some flowers. And it was like, well, what you doing? So I'm just putting some flowers down, to remember Grandad, babe. And he's only 4. And he turned around and went, I'll go see him. We go see him.
Oh.
And yeah, we can't go and see him. But why not? We get in the car. We go see him.
Oh.
And it's that, that innocence of not quite, like you've just said, not quite grasping.
Yeah.
You can't just hop in a car.
No. Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. I know that's usually your cure-all for everything. I'll just get in the car.
Do you know it fucking is? It's my default, isn't it? Yeah. We need milk. I'll get in the car. I'm bored. Oh, we get in the car.
If you could drive from your bedroom to the kitchen, you would.
Yes. Yes. I would.
Oh,
Um,
God love him. Oh.
so that was quite a thanks, Emma. Fuck's sake.
It's turned out heavy again. How was this supposed to even be heavy? Which you
So
cut and paste her and do, and look, we're talking about death and traumatizing relationships. What the hell has happened to this podcast, Michelle? Where's the funny? Where
I'm not
are the
sure.
jokes?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the season of Emma.
Emma. I think no more daytime recording. It's back to evenings.
It's got to be done, isn't it? Well, leading on to that, for example, Emma's next question is who do you want to be in 10 years? Thanks, Emma.
Oh, that's not going to open a can of worms, Emma.
Well, okay, I'll leave you on that happy note, innit?
Yeah, I'm going to go and have a cake. I need to cheer myself up.